Today, we're covering a story that's shaken a Florida community to its core, a story that has left neighbors, friends, and even strangers gripped by fear and uncertainty. In the heart of a small town, where everyone knows each other and life usually moves at a gentle pace, a sudden tragedy has brought everything to a standstill. This is the disappearance of 17-year-old Caden Speight, a young man whose face is now known to nearly every household in the area. His photos, once just cherished memories for his family, have become symbols of hope and heartbreak for an entire community. An Amber Alert has been issued statewide, a desperate plea for help from law enforcement and a devastated family. The alert has reached phones, televisions, and highway signs across Florida, urging everyone to keep their eyes open and report any information, no matter how small. Dunnellon in Marion County is a quiet town, nestled among rivers and forests. It's the kind of place where people leave their doors unlocked and children ride their bikes until sunset. But that peace was shattered by Caden's sudden vanishing, leaving a sense of vulnerability that's hard to shake. What happened to Caden? Where is he? Who is responsible? These questions haunt his loved ones and the officers searching for him. Every conversation in town circles back to Caden, and every day without answers deepens the pain and confusion. Caden isn't just a name. He's a son, a friend, a teenager whose future was stolen in an instant. He's the kid who made his friends laugh, the student who had plans for the future, the brother who was always there when you needed him. His absence is felt in every empty seat at the dinner table, every silent hallway at school. The Amber Alert system exists for moments like this, when a child is believed to be in imminent danger. Every second counts. The system is designed to mobilize the public, to turn every set of eyes into a potential lifeline, and to spread the word faster than ever before. The first hours after a disappearance are critical. Law enforcement, volunteers, and neighbors have been working around the clock, combing through woods, searching abandoned buildings, and following up on every lead. The urgency is palpable. Everyone knows that time is of the essence. Someone out there knows something. Maybe it's a detail that seemed insignificant at the time. A car parked where it shouldn't be. A stranger asking questions. A sound in the night. Authorities are urging anyone with information, no matter how small, to come forward and help bring Caden home. We're going to walk through the details, step by step, to help bring Caden home. We'll examine the timeline, the evidence, and the efforts of those who refuse to give up hope. Together, we can keep Caden's story alive and support the search for answers. Stay with us as we unravel this urgent case, shining a light on the search for Caden Speight and the community that refuses to let him be forgotten. It was an ordinary Thursday afternoon in Dunnellon, the kind of day when the world feels predictable and safe. Around 4 p.m., the sun cast long shadows over quiet streets, and families were just beginning to settle into their evening routines. Children played in front yards, neighbors exchanged greetings, and the gentle hum of daily life filled the air. No one could have imagined how quickly that sense of normalcy would be shattered. Suddenly, the calm was pierced by the sound of gunfire on Southwest Highway 484. The routine of the town was violently interrupted, and in an instant, the community was thrust into chaos. Sirens wailed as emergency vehicles raced to the scene, their lights flashing against the backdrop of a once peaceful highway. 17-year-old Caden was behind the wheel of a work truck, likely thinking about the end of his shift or plans for the weekend. But as he drove down the highway, unknown assailants targeted his vehicle, opening fire without warning. Bullets tore through the truck, and Caden was struck, wounded in a senseless act of violence that no one saw coming. Investigators would later comb through the scene, searching for clues. The motive behind the attack remains a mystery. No one knows why Caden was targeted or what the shooters hoped to achieve. What is clear is that the attack was deliberate, direct, and shockingly violent. When deputies arrived, they found the work truck abandoned at the roadside, its doors flung open. There was no sign of Caden. The vehicle, now a silent witness to the violence, was quickly secured as evidence. The teenager had vanished, leaving behind only scattered belongings and a growing sense of fear. Bystanders gathered, their faces etched with worry and disbelief, as rumors spread and confusion deepened. How could someone simply disappear after such a brutal attack? For law enforcement, the situation was urgent. An injured young man was missing, and every passing minute could mean the difference between life and death. Officers fanned out along the highway, searching ditches and wooded areas, calling Caden's name into the fading light. As night fell, the tension only grew. The shooting was just the beginning. A terrifying new chapter had started for Dunnellon, one filled with uncertainty and fear. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, authorities wasted no time. An Amber Alert was issued, flashing across phones and highway signs, signaling to everyone that Caden was in extreme danger and the community needed to be on high alert. The search for answers began immediately, with investigators scouring the stretch of road where the attack occurred. Every piece of evidence, every witness statement became crucial in the desperate effort to find Caden. As word spread, volunteers joined the search, and Caden's family clung to hope. Every moment since that afternoon has been a race against time, a community united in determination to bring him home. The peace that once defined Dunnellon has been replaced by dread, but also by a fierce resolve. Neighbors gather at vigils holding candles and each other, refusing to give up hope as the search for Caden continues. The crime scene was the 12,800 block of Southwest Highway 484, a busy public roadway. Deputies secured the area, turning a highway into a crime scene. Investigators scoured the truck and roadway for evidence, but Caden was missing. Witnesses were questioned. Did anyone see the shooting? A vehicle speeding away? Caden after the attack? Even the smallest detail could break the case open. The investigation shifted from a shooting to a high-priority kidnapping. The empty driver's seat symbolized a terrifying unknown. Every detail about Caden matters now. He's 17, last seen wearing blue jeans, his t-shirt color is unknown. He was driving a work truck, shot, and then disappeared from Southwest Highway 484. One moment he was there, the next, gone, his trail cold. Caden is a victim, not a runaway. He was taken against his will. His family is living a nightmare, waiting for any sign of hope. The Amber Alert broadcasts his description everywhere. Every set of eyes helps. Remember, a 17-year-old, likely in blue jeans, possibly injured, in grave danger. Every sighting, every tip, could be the one that brings him home. Knowing his last known appearance is vital to the search. In the chaos after the shooting, Caden managed to send a message to his family. He told them he'd been shot, a desperate plea for help. That message confirmed he was alive, but injured and in grave danger. For his family, it was a haunting final contact. Investigators are using every tool to track his phone, hoping for a lead. Time is critical. A phone can die or be discarded. Caden's message is a call to action for all of us. He was conscious, aware, and trying to survive. We must answer his plea by staying alert and sharing his story. Authorities have reason to believe that Caden may currently be in the company of 4 unknown males, possibly of Hispanic descent. These men have not yet been identified, and their connection to Caden remains a critical focus of the investigation. The group was last seen together in the vicinity of the incident, and their movements since then are being closely tracked by law enforcement. Investigators are urging the public to pay close attention to any groups of 4 men matching this description, as even the smallest detail could prove vital. This was not the work of a single individual. Rather, it appears to have been a carefully coordinated effort involving multiple people. The level of planning and organization behind this act has heightened concerns for Caden's safety and has made the situation even more dangerous for everyone involved. Authorities are treating this as a high-priority case, knowing that the presence of several suspects increases the risk and complexity of the search. The suspects are believed to be armed and extremely dangerous. Their identities remain a mystery, and they have taken steps to conceal their faces and avoid detection. Law enforcement warns that these individuals should not be approached under any circumstances, as they may react unpredictably if confronted. Investigators are working tirelessly to gather more information. They are reviewing surveillance footage from nearby businesses and homes and interviewing witnesses who may have seen the group before or after the incident. Every new lead is being pursued, and authorities are hopeful that someone will come forward with a crucial piece of information. These 4 men are believed to hold the key to Caden's current whereabouts, as well as the motive behind the attack. Understanding who they are and why they targeted Caden is essential to solving this case. Their actions in the hours and days following the incident are being pieced together, but much remains unknown. Authorities believe the group may have either stayed together or split up to avoid detection. They could be attempting to blend into crowds, move between neighborhoods, or even leave the area entirely. Their ability to disappear into the city makes tracking them especially challenging. If you notice a group of 4 men acting suspiciously, especially if they seem to be avoiding attention or moving quickly through public spaces. Do not attempt to intervene. Instead, contact authorities immediately and provide as much detail as possible about their appearance, location, and behavior. Your vigilance and willingness to report what you see could be the breakthrough investigators desperately need. Even if you're unsure, it's better to err on the side of caution and let law enforcement determine if the information is relevant. The search for these 4 men is just as urgent and important as the search for Caden himself. Officers are canvassing neighborhoods, patrolling streets, and following up on every tip that comes in. The community's help is essential in bringing this case to a safe resolution. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and report anything unusual. Your actions could make all the difference in reuniting Caden with his loved ones and ensuring that those responsible are brought to justice. The suspects may be traveling in a light-colored van, white, beige, silver, or similar. The make and model are unknown, so all such vans are of interest. A van can easily conceal a victim, making it harder to spot Caden. The public is urged to watch for any light-colored van, especially with suspicious occupants. Look for distinguishing features: dents, stickers, tinted windows. The license plate is the most valuable detail you can provide. If you see a van matching this description, report it immediately. The Amber Alert turns every driver into a potential witness. Finding this van could be the fastest way to bring Caden home. If you see Caden, the suspects, or the van, do not approach. These individuals are armed and dangerous. Call 911 immediately and provide as much detail as possible: location, descriptions, direction, license plate. Your call could trigger the response that saves Caden. The Marion County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation. Contact them with any tips. Don't assume your information isn't important. Report everything. Spread awareness on social media, but be a responsible witness. Don't try to be a hero by confronting suspects. The real heroism is making the call that leads to Caden's rescue. Your vigilance can make all the difference. In darkness, community strength shines brightest. Caden's disappearance has united Dunnellon and Florida in hope and action. Every share, every watchful eye helps keep his story alive. The Amber Alert remains active. Investigators are following every lead. Don't underestimate your role. Every tip, every conversation matters. Hope is fueled by awareness and action. Support law enforcement by providing information through proper channels. Let's keep Caden's face and story at the forefront. Stay alert, stay engaged, and keep spreading the word. Your vigilance could be what brings Caden home.